I don't think you understand. Most people make dumb financial decisions every single day when it comes to spending money without realizing it. Now, I'm not talking about overspending on that Hermes luxury bag, as rich as China has show the world that it only costs 10% of the retail price to make these so-called luxury goods. Yeah, and I'm talking about money that you spend, like these three items as an example, like toilet paper, real estate property for investment, and also your pair of shoes. Now, the first type of spending, commodity, in this case, let's say toilet paper. If you're like me, who don't really care much about what brand of paper that, I use to actually wipe my butt, as long as it is not so thin that after wiping my butt and my fingers will be covered with chocolate every time, I just spend the least that I can to get that acceptable quality of a toilet paper. Versus the second type of spending, which is utility. Now, the best mattress you can afford for a good night's sleep is a very good example. Now, don't scheme on that, right? I wouldn't scheme on that. The thing is, how can you be productive every day when you wake up with a back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain? You cannot function, right? And the third type of spending, which is investment, that is where it's all about the maths, right? No feeling and emotion attached to it. You are maximizing or optimizing your returns for a defined level of risk. So the numbers must make sense, period. When you do not make spending decisions this way, you will end up feeling miserable and you'll wonder what's going on with my life? It's like, if you deploy your money into a real estate property, take a loan with a 30 years kind of commitment, right? Just because one fine day you're walking in the mall and then you look at this property, the sales girl is so pretty, and then because you like the property, you like what is being presented to you, but the fact is you did not do enough research, because you realize that end of the day, the rental income from that investment property that you just bought is not enough to cover your loan repayments to the bank. At the same time, if you have this habit of spending too much money into stuff that doesn't really improve your quality of life, due to misplaced priorities, again, like buying the most expensive toilet paper with little to no difference of, wiping your butt and compared to cheaper ones, but then you scheme on buying a good mattress. So every day, you wake up, you suffer, because after a few years, you actually have dislocated joint in your spine or you have scoliosis. How does that make sense? And this is what I mean by